1. Water for every field. The Modi government's irrigation policy should borrow more from the successes of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, rather than the failed UPA model. GS Paper 3. Issues related to agriculture and irrigation. Is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana moving in right direction? When the BJP manifesto talked of launching the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana (PMKSY), many expected the scheme to upscale the irrigation success achieved in Gujarat and MP at a national level. Har Khet Ko Pani, water for every field, to be implemented by district collectors based on district irrigation plans, reinforced this hope. Sadly, however, the shape that the PMKSY has taken in the latest 2016-17 Union Budget seems to be guided more by UPA's failures rather than the BJP's own irrigation successes. What are the raising concerns over Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? The worst thing about PMKSY is the absence of new thinking in approach and content. Water to every field, Har Khet Ko Pani, is a new component focusing on local water bodies and groundwater, but its funding is puny. Moreover, PMKSY is too timid in its ambition. Modi government's promise of doubling farmers' income in 5 years has no chance without ensuring Har Khet Ko Pani. But the budget neither sets out a roadmap for it nor provides resources. How did Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh achieve glorious irrigation successes in recent years? Both the states recognized the criticality of groundwater and quality agricultural power supply. Modi's government invested Rs 1,250 crore in rural feeder separation to ensure three-phase, full-voltage, uninterrupted power supply for 8 hours daily to farmers. Modi supported village communities to construct over 500,000 check dams for groundwater recharge, while ensuring that 5,000 irrigation tanks were desilted annually by rotation. MP issued large-scale temporary tube well power connections for up to 110 days, only to meet the irrigation requirements of wheat, the state's main winter crop. With the appointment of tough IS officers as irrigation secretary and CM's personal handling of local political interference, government canals began to operate good, and water reached the tail ends like never before. The irrigated area in MP's canal commands rose steadily from less than 1.0 million hectares in 2010 to 1.56 million hectares. 2.02 million hectares, 2.33 million hectares and 2.83 million hectares in the next 4 years, of which the last one, 2014, was a drought year. Thus both states expanded irrigation coverages. How would Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana look if it were really designed to scale up the irrigation successes of Gujarat and MP on a national scale? 1. All these years, irrigation planning has been about developing water resources. PMKSY should be about providing on-farm water control, especially in rain-fed areas. 2. Rather than national food security, PMKSY should focus on irrigation coverage of all rain-fed farm holdings. According to 2010-11 agricultural census, 58 million out of India's 138.3 million farm holdings are wholly unirrigated, with Adivasi holdings much more irrigation deprived than the rest. Over 45% of India's wholly unirrigated farm holdings are in Assam, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, AP and Telangana. PMKSY should prioritize these states and Adivasi farm holdings. 3. PMKSY should attack the massive regional inequality in irrigation access. While 95% holdings in Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh have irrigation over 90%, in Jharkhand, Western Odisha, Vidarbha and Marathwada have none. 4. In public irrigation systems, PMKSY should focus on closing the gap of 35-40 million hectares between irrigation potential created and irrigation potential utilized. This is a low-hanging fruit that, more than money, requires deep reform in irrigation governance, of the kind Chauhan did in MP. 5. Solar pumps have emerged as a big energy irrigation solution. PMKSY should promote solar pumps by encouraging DISCOMs to offer farmers buyback guarantee for the surplus power they produce from photovoltaic panels, as Gujarat and Haryana are already trying to do. 6. In much of India, energy for pumping is a bigger constraint than availability of water. PMKSY should energize 8-10 million pump sets, including via seasonal, temporary connections, in 150 irrigation-deprived districts. A third of India's grid-connected irrigation pumps operate below par due to poor quality power supply. Improving that can quickly expand irrigation access. 7. According to the Minor Irrigation Census, Peninsular India has over 5,000,000 traditional irrigation tanks. PMKSY should invest in their rehabilitation and regular periodic desiltation on the lines of the Telangana government's Mission Kakatiya. Wherever feasible, tanks should also be integrated into canal systems, as Gujarat is doing so successfully. 8. Finally, PMKSY needs to operationalize a decentralized groundwater recharge plan for hard rock Peninsular India, while supporting planned conjunctive management of surface and groundwater in the alluvial Indo-Gangetic basin.